Now you oversee the BA program, and that's really awesome. And I've been interested learning more about that going through the job. Can you tell us a little bit about that BA in art program?
So in the art department, we have two BAs. We have a BA in art history and we have the BA in art. So I oversee the BA in art, which I developed with Terry Morrow. It was really his idea. And Terry let me help with it, which was really generous of him. So now I'm in charge of it. And it's a great degree because it really taps into kind of where I came from as an artist, which is the ultimate goal of the BA in art is to get students to think about the relationship between art and another discipline. And so to think about how two things can come together, and the students that do the BA in art, they can generalize, or they could focus in art as they choose. They take a few courses in the college as well, and then they take a minor outside of the college that at the last 3 semesters, they develop a project that synthesizes this other discipline with art. So I've had students, I have a lot of students that want to do painting with other disciplines. So I think the first BA student was a woman that did painting and French history. And so she did these amazing paintings that were of Marie Antoinette, who was apparently known as someone who developed all these ideas about fashion. And so she did all these paintings of just like parts of Marie Antoinette, like her neck and her jewelry and like parts of her face, but these really truncated paintings of her imaginings of Marie Antoinette. A recent BA student who's just graduating this semester did this beautiful project where she worked with painting and biology. And so on her committee, towards the end of her project, we had a biology faculty member, a painting faculty member, and I all came together to look at her work to see if her work responded to biology in a way that was meaningful, but also addressed painting and art in a way that was meaningful. And she did an amazing job.
Yeah, I've seen some of that work from Marianne or Marion.
Marion Herring,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And she just got accepted to a MFA program. So she'll be starting an MFA in the fall.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, congrats to her. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. We're really proud of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. And but essentially students can choose for that program, they choose any of the studio arts, right? To kind of be that program.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. They can choose so they could take like an intro class in multiple studio areas, or they could pick one studio area and take the intro and the advanced and the upper level courses. They can do it either way. And then they pick a minor in another discipline, and then they meet with me and we brainstorm about how those things might come together. It's really fun. It's so much fun because the students are coming to art from a little bit different perspective than the normal art students. It's just a different view, but it's very interesting to see what kind of projects they come up with and how they can synthesize the two.
Yeah, well, and that's something that I think maybe scares some art students is that they think I'll have to know how to draw and I can't draw well, or
Right.
and I've even talked to some of our ambassadors and other students in art that say, well, I'm not the best at drawing and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So there's
Yeah.
so many other things they could do in art, beyond that.
Well,
What's
and how we measure good in art is sort of different than the way other people might measure what's good or not good.
Mhm,
I think the students' attention and engagement is way more important than specific skills, and skills can be taught. And
mhm.
so I think we really work on the understanding that if there's something you really want to do and you got some ideas that you want to express through a particular medium, but figure out how we can make that medium work to help you express what you want to what you're wanting to work with.
Yeah, you see that with famous musicians, politicians, all sorts of different people that didn't do art before, and now they do it. They learned it as in not just you don't have to be somebody that started at a young age and did it your whole life. You can learn it. It's a learned skill.
Sure, I mean, you said that, I immediately thought of George Bush and his paintings,
That's what I was thinking.
which is it's super fun that that a former president is making paintings. I love that. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's one of those things that and again, like I get from students is, you know, they love to just paint, or they love to draw, or do those kinds of things, take pictures and all that, as like a kind of a stress reliever for them. And then, you know, it's a great thing that they can incorporate whatever they do. So that's really
Definitely.
interesting.